On Fresh TV, our resident chef gets taste testing Rotto style.
That says spring summer to me.
The new food hotspot emerging down south, we take a road trip. There are so many more places to eat. And Brianne's epic 3-part dessert. You'll want to put in the effort for this.
Hi, welcome to Fresh TV. I'm Miles Pollard.
And I'm Jasmine Homer. And this is where we're going to be starting every week, right here in the kitchen.
Where one of us gets to cook.
While the other one will head out somewhere around the state to check out some chefs, cooks and foodies who are doing some pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah, and you'll get to discover some tips and some tricks on how to create some really simple, really tasty food.
Whether you're a whiz in the kitchen or you've got a little bit more to learn. And on that note, you're cooking first, right?
Oh, well, that's been decided.
So, while I'm heading off down south, let's catch up with Tony Howell. He's at Rottnest.
Well, today I'm at Rottnest Island and I'm lucky enough to go to the Karma Resort. Chef Simon has invited me into the kitchen to try some of his food, so let's go and have a plate. And thank you very much for having us here for starters.
Welcome.
And have you got any sort of favourite dishes you have here?
Yes, 3 of my favourites at the moment, using some great WA product, an Arcady lamb rack from
down our
where
way.
you're
Yep,
from.
beautiful.
And we do a crab nero using the shark bait crab meat. And something a little bit different, our take on the old caprese salad.
Great. And now I hear, Arumi, you're going to cook those up for us today?
I think we can do that.
Yes.
All right, mate?
All right, let's go and play.
But you have to put an apron on.
Oh, easy, Tiger. I just love going to the chef's kitchen and watching them cook. It's always something you can learn. Simon's got some great ideas and his menu sounds delicious. I can't wait to see how he pulls it all together. Simon's been on the island for a couple of years now and he tells me he's absolutely loving it.
People that do this for a career, and when they find places like this that are great to not only work at but also live on this island, and things that you can do outside of work, you're mad to go anywhere else.
And whilst the balsamic vinegar gets poured on, Simon starts telling me all about last night's catch.
Got a nice King George last night off the main
King
menu.
George.
King George.
Thanks for inviting me to dinner last night. I think it's one of those underrated fish.
Oh, it's stunning. It's just so sweet, so buttery. It's just delicious.
Yeah,
it
great.
really is.
It's nearly time to plate up now, and the dishes he's doing are very impressive. And here it is: Arcady lamb, crab nero, and caprese salad. I can't wait to taste it. Simon, this looks absolutely sensational, buddy.
Thank you.
You've just outdone yourself here, chef. Now let's taste and see. Jolly superb.
Absolutely delicious.
That says spring summer to me. Crab's amazing.
Oh, the flavour in that crab is just sensational.
Beautifully cooked, Simon. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll catch you later. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this beautiful meal. Yes, please.
My plan is to swing by the local 24-hour IGA, pick up a few ingredients. Now I'm thinking something really simple: chicken drumsticks, and do a nice baste, a nice marinade. Anchovies, olive oil, lots of garlic. Whisk that up into a nice baste. Bob's your uncle. Hey, mate. Simple.
Hey, mate.
Miles Pollard.
Jordan.
Hey, Jordan. Yeah, you too, buddy. Hey, listen, I'm looking for a few ingredients. I'm cooking some chicken tonight. I can't find lemon to save my life.
It's funny you say that because we do have them down here. You might not think it's a lemon, but looks like a mandarin, but I assure you it is a lemon.
That's a lemon.
It's a lemon. Fortunately, we can't get the local stuff at the moment. So we've had to go see our mates over in New Zealand, and they've supplied us with what they call a lemon. Although it might be, might be an orange.
The Kiwis, they obsess over pavlova, they obsess over underarm bowling, and then they send us orange lemons.
Yeah.
What's next, mate?
Just trying to stitch us up at every level.
I think you might be right. Perfect. Anchovies, where do I find those?
Just down aisle 2, mate.
Thank you.
No worries.
And I will need one of those. I reckon I've got what I need. I guess I'll go back to the house and get started.
After the break,
Wow.
the lamb roast Rob Broadfield would stay home for. and doing the dirty work. A master of the food trade shares his surprising secrets to success. We're in Bunbury, an hour and a half southwest of Perth, and this is Victoria Street, Bunbury's food strip. If you haven't been here in a while, you might be surprised. There are so many more places to eat than just a few years ago, and we're going to show you all of them. Rob Broadfield gets a start on that next. But first, one that's already stood the test of time. Recognise this face? When he's not reading the 5:30 news on GWN7, Noel Brunning's running a different show, Mojo's, a restaurant that's been a staple of Bunbury's food scene since 2001.
We had a small coffee lounge that did light breakfasts and light lunches, and I guess we were fascinated with food, and we thought, let's do something a bit bigger and a little bit brighter.
15 years and 5 Gold Plate Awards later, Mojo's is still here and still going strong.
We're very big on fresh organic flavours and locally sourced produce. You've got to be. One, it's easy to get, it's fresh, and you can taste it in every single dish. And so we grow a lot in our own veggie garden. We do a lot of foraging around the place to try and find new suppliers and new products and new flavours all the time as well.
Mojo's is renowned for a good drop.
The way I look at a wine is it's the season captured into a bottle.
As the restaurant's manager and resident wine connoisseur, Jake Atkinson scours the globe in search of the perfect mix of reds, whites and bubblies.
Initially we will look as close to home as possible because we believe it's really important to support local producers and growers, and then we'll sort of go further abroad from there. We don't have any regional constraints with how far we'll search for wine. I mean, for example, I've had wines from as far away as Lebanon over the years, France, Europe and parts of the Americas.
The priciest bottle on the list, French of course, will set you back $3,000. But there's plenty of good quality, affordable stuff as well. Now you own this place with your wife, Julie. Who does the cooking at home? Do you take turns?
I do it all. No, look, she does it all.
Here at work, Noel's also happy to leave the cooking to the experts.
I'm more the dishes man.
Dishes? No way.
Yeah,
no,
sadly,
I can't picture that.
Sadly so. A lot of people who work in kitchens will know this. You can see everything from the kitchen sink. You see the food going out, you see what's coming back, you see where the chefs are up to. You just get a vibe for what's happening around the place.
That's the plan, that's the hidden...
That's the secret.
In a fickle and risky industry, 15 years is worth raising a glass to. Another 15 and they might even crack open that bottle of French Bordeaux.
Every single day is different. You never know who you're going to get through, and you're never going to know what challenges you come across. And I think, like a lot of people in the industry, you have a grand idea and you have to adapt as you go along.
Yours or Mine made its bold entrance into the local restaurant scene in May last year, the first of 4 new small bars breathing fresh life into Victoria Street.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, how you going?
Thank you.
So, what have we got? Any specials today?
The unique selling point is the meat and the way it's cooked, slowly char-grilled and infused with smoky, woody flavours in a distinct South American style called churrasco.
We've got a slow roast lamb shoulder, banjo lamb shoulder that's just been ticking in the oven for the last few hours.
I think the lamb would be fantastic. Shoulder of lamb, slow cooked, my favourite.
I can organise that for you.
Yeah, it's just good food done simply and executed well.
Head chef Chris Chong is a seasoned player. He's overseen restaurants in Margaret River, Claremont and now Bunbury, near where he grew up on a dairy and strawberry farm. Early years which gave him an appreciation for fresh, good quality local produce. And that, he says, is really all the inspiration he needs.
We've got some thyme growing here, some marjoram, some verbena, some oregano, parsley, sage. You know, summer comes on, brings on all that sort of lovely stuff. Got beautiful veggies, you got corn, you got strawberries just come in today. The boys just pulled in some beautiful yellowtail kingfish.
Your banjo lamb shoulder.
Wow.
There you are.
That's fantastic. Slow cooked lamb, nothing finer. Good crispy skin. So this has been slow cooked for about 5 hours, I'm guessing. Wow. The lamb roast was never this good when I was a kid. Absolutely fantastic. This chef's really good. He knows his stuff. So he's made this great little salad here with lentils and eggplant. It's just exquisite. And it really works, of course, with lamb, because lamb's very sort of Middle Eastern. That's very Middle Eastern. Just absolutely brilliant.
You're putting your heart onto the plate, and I guess to get that sort of, nod of the head, or someone to say, yeah, great, love that, that makes it sort of worthwhile.
Top food, I've got to tell you. Haven't eaten this well in a long time.
Coming up on Fresh TV, Tony shows us some new age cooking with technology you won't believe.
That is just such a fantastic safety feature.
You'll really impress with this dessert. Rianne takes us through the steps. And we check in with Miles and his chicken challenge.
If you don't like anchovies, look away.
This segment of Fresh TV is brought to you by WA Clean Skin Sellers.
Hi, my name's Rianne. Welcome to the Salt and Company Kitchen. I'm super excited to be on Fresh TV, where I'll be showing you how to cook something new every single week. Today we're going to be making a vanilla bean panna cotta, serving it with a gorgeous roasted pecan and burnt butter soil. And on the side we're going to be putting a butterscotch sauce with a little bit of salt in there to add a lot of flavour. The first thing we want to be doing is soaking our gelatine sheets. To make the cream base for the panna cotta, we're just going to be adding, of course, our thickened cream, all of the full cream milk, and then of course sugar, and lastly our most important ingredient, good quality vanilla bean paste. All we need to do to this, stir it together, let it come to almost a simmer, not quite. From there we're going to switch off the heat. So now's the point we want to pop in our beautifully softened gelatine sheets. It's simply a matter of putting them in, stirring it through for a couple of seconds so they can dissolve, and we're good to go. Okay, so we've just transferred our cream to a jug for easy pouring. And all we need to do now is pour it into dairy molds, and these just get popped straight into the fridge and will set in about 4 hours.
Today's Fresh TV kitchen is found in a Peter Stannard home. And for more inspirational homes with amazing kitchens, go to stannardgroup.com.au.
Okay, let's get cracking. All right. Uncomplicated food, uncomplicated ingredients, but very complex flavours. Really simple, just throw it all in the bowl, in a marinating bowl, plenty of seasoning. Anchovies, if you don't like anchovies, look away. Salt, pepper, olive oil, bit of lemon juice, go bigger, orange lemon from New Zealand. Chicken. Baking tray, very simple, shouldn't take too much time. And then into an oven.
Well, here we are today. We're about to do what I believe is going to be one of my favourite segments of the show. Someone has invited me into their house and they're going to cook for me, and I have no idea who it is. But I tell you what, going by that number plate right there, I know we're in for two things. One, he's got taste, and two, we're going to have a good time. Well, we've got a dog, we know that much. It's the famous Rick Hart.
Welcome to dinner.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Lovely to see you, yeah.
Absolutely.
Come through.
I love the number plate.
Through the kitchen, this is where it all happens.
Beautiful.
Look around.
I'll tell you what, I know by just a quick glance and meeting you downstairs, I'm going to be very envious of this kitchen by the end of the segment.
Yes, look, I think it's nice to have the latest and the greatest innovation in the product, which comes from winning appliances, of course. I'm not a great cook like you, but I do have one signature dish.
Really? How would it be?
Try for you tonight, which is called prawn linguine.
Right, and that's what you're going to cook for us tonight?
That's what we're going to do tonight.
I'm a lucky man. Rick's all organised. His key ingredients are these colourful peppers, pasta, and of course some good quality West Australian prawns. Beautiful. These days, Rick's the brand ambassador for Winnings Appliances. So I guess it's no wonder he has some pretty cool stuff in here, like this induction hot plate. I have to say it's mind-blowing technology and it's super hot, but it won't burn your hand like a normal hot plate.
I'm a chef. I'm coming to burn.
You
So
can get a bit of residual heat from the...
well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's just such a fantastic safety feature.
It is.
It uses magnetic energy to direct all the heat to the pan. Doesn't take long when we're chatting about them Dockers. Rick's optimistic that 2017 season's going to be a good one.
Yeah, but they've traded well in the trade period, so we look forward to maybe jumping back up into it next year. I notice you can't help yourself.
Yes, it's like a habit. It's a nervous twitch. This looked absolutely sensational, mate. This is
Well, it's looking good.
dinner at Rick Hart's house.
It's been a huge honour to be invited into Rick's home and this amazing kitchen.
So we won't tell anyone that we've had a Chardonnay because that's usually for the Eagles.
Of course.
We've a couple of buckets here. But thanks for coming, and I'd just like to give you a little thing to take with you. That's an apron that you can utilise. And
winning the prize is fantastic.
Prizes, so
beautiful.
You remember us from that.
Well, I'll remember this night for a long time, mate.
No, it's fabulous.
Appreciate that.
So let's try it.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you. All the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so next up is our roasted pecan and burnt butter soil. We've got our biscuits in here with half of the roasted pecans. We want to get these to about the consistency of a fine breadcrumb, so blitzing these right the way through. Beautiful. And now we want to add in a little bit of texture, so we've held back half of our pecans because we don't want to blend these up too much. We want to see the pecan in there. And a more unusual ingredient, cornflakes. Blending it down straight into a bowl. And the final ingredient is burnt butter. So the most important thing to remember with burnt butter is to actually burn it. So close to, you want a really, really deep brown colour, and that way you get a nice nutty aroma right the way through this soil. So stirring it through, and that's all we need to do. On to the salted butterscotch. So we've got a good whack of unsalted butter, very important. Melting that down with some whipping cream or pouring cream, either is fine. And then from here, brown sugar, just to add a little bit of depth of flavour in this. And lastly, a good pinch of salt. From here, all we need to do is bring this together, stirring, bring it to a simmer, let it simmer for 3 minutes, and then our salted butterscotch sauce is going to be completely done. It's been 4 hours and our little panna cottas are beautifully set. What we need to do now though is get it out of the mould and onto the plate. To help us out, we've got some water just boiled from the kettle. Quick little dip in there, just loosens up the side just enough to get it out and onto the plate. Plate goes over, up and over, and a little bit of careful negotiation, and she's out. And now on with our butterscotch. A nice little line down the side, so decent dollop. And then just with the back of the spoon, we can really just guide this out. And then from there, a nice little skirt of our pecan soil around the edge of the panna cotta. Beautiful. And that is the finished product. And we'll see you next week for another exciting recipe.
Eating out this week? Fresh TV's got you covered. Stay tuned for the best deals in town. For more great ideas and recipes, see Fresh in the Today Lift Out of the West Australian on Thursday. So, feeling hungry right now after seeing all this great food? Here's a couple of our suggestions. In Northbridge, try Positano Italian and Balkan cuisine, traditional food cooked to perfection. They're in James Street. Or if it's a steak you're after, try Outback Jack's just up the road. There's a great deal for kids and they have some pretty big servings. Now, if you're looking for something Chinese and really fancy, you can't go past Silks at Crown, a superb restaurant and dining experience. Or try Mosman's Restaurant, perched over the beautiful Swan River, serving a delightful menu of fresh seafood. Or if you're in our southwest, try the newly renovated Rose Hotel on Victoria Street. Nice family dining in an old pub setting. Or still in Bunbury, try that too on the Marsden waterfront. fine dining and a perfect place to enjoy your Saturday night. And they're our picks for the week. Enjoy.
Voila!
Smells good. Looks
Doesn't it?
pretty good for a first effort.
Yeah, strong on the flavour, light on the preparation.
So what do you call this?
Well, it's got kiwi lemons, it's got some anchovies, it's got garlic, anchovy, kiwi lemon chicken. How's that sound?
Oh yeah?
So what are you cooking next week?
Well, I'm not cooking. We're at Rottnest Island. So we'll see you next week on Fresh TV.
See you soon. So Rottnest, fishing, crayfishing, diving.